do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up. And they stay there, and they say yeah, and they stay there.
Mepham High School! Most entertaining package.
Mepham High School!
And in first place for Best Community News Package, Mepham High School.
And final major drum roll, but stopping here. Mepham High School!
And the winner of this award goes to
Mepham High School.
Accountants count me in, make millions every year. The South's champion, cause all I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up. And they stay there, and they say
Technical difficulties, everyone. Chilling, watching the new Top Gun movie with my dad. Yeah, very exciting. Nope. What? This is what I was made for.
There we go. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the first ever live and in-person BMB Awards.
For 3 years, the BMB Awards have been held virtually, on a screen or in a classroom. Well, this year, that all changes.
This year, we are live and in-person in the Mepham Auditorium and streaming all around the world to celebrate the accomplishments of the Bellmore-Merrick broadcasting program. I'm Ryan Moore.
And I'm Jacob Sardui, and we're the two of the new faces here at BMB, just finishing our first year in the program, and we're excited to be your hosts for this amazing night.
Tonight, awards will be given out in 18 different categories. Each category was reviewed by a committee of experts in the field, and an eventual winner was chosen. So without any further ado, to start off our evening and to present the first award, please welcome Mepham's own and Mepham's finest, Principal Mr. Gomez.
Thank you, Ryan and Jacob. Let's give them another round of applause. They're going to do a great job today. And thank you to all the students of BMB. For over 4 years, through the most difficult of circumstances, you've entertained us, you've informed us, and it's been a pleasure to have been able to have you here to watch your growth. I'll have no doubt that you'll have the same impact on the world of broadcasting. Every Friday morning, our students get to watch the nationally recognized and award-winning BMB morning announcements. And each segment features its own unique role, with its own unique soundtrack that rings through all the halls and classes at Mepham High School. So what better way is there to open a broadcast than by recognizing the best opening of all those openings? So here we are, the nominees for the category of Best Opening.
Teacher feature, Anna Broxmeyer. The morning announcements, Liam Osborne.
I'm Hallie Hepworth, and I'm wearing red and blue for the Shoops Friday.
I'm Eva Scheffler, and I only had white, so.
It's Morgan being Morgan, Liam Osborne. The weather report, Anthony Hoffman.
All right, drum roll. And the winner is Morgan being Morgan, Liam Osborne.
It's Morgan being Morgan.
Unfortunately, Liam couldn't be with us tonight, but I'll be happy to accept the award on his behalf. Enjoy the rest of the evening.
Mr. Gomez, before you go, I think everyone in the room probably knows that Mr. Gomez will be leaving us, not really leaving us completely, just moving to a new address. So on behalf of Ms. Kalish and Mr. Russell and I and the entire program, we wanted to thank you for all of your support for the 5 years you've been here. I had a little math error earlier today. And Mr. Gomez, in everyone's programs, you'll notice on the opening cover we have a link to our brand new merch store. So you're more than welcome to go there and get some cool outfits and whatnot. A few months ago, you remarked that you kind of liked our Coast hoodie. It is on its way. So in the meantime, we wanted to present you with this BMB Crew t-shirt. And in the few weeks when the hoodie arrives, we'll get it over to you. So,
Thank you.
Wear it well.
Thank you, Mr. Gomez, and thank you for all you've done for us over the years. I know everyone here at MEPM appreciates it. Best of luck in your new position at Central next year. Just remember, you'll always have a home here at MEPM.
For our next category, please help me to welcome one of BMB's esteemed teachers, the one and only Mr. Stein.
Thank you all very much. One of the fun things about this program is we keep the kids very regimented. There's assignments, and they have to create news packages and feature packages, and now nat sound packages. But one of the real fun parts is when we let them stretch out with their own creativity. This new thing we created called the vlog segments. And so throughout the year, the kids have been creating their individual vlogs, which there are just no rules. There's no rules. It's just come up with something interesting to show us. And if it's really interesting, we'll put it out there for the world to see. So without any further ado, please, if we could roll the nominees for Best Vlog Segment.
Ava Scheffler, Holiday Plans.
What?
Get it out! I'm not turning the light on!
Get what?
Get it out!
What?
What do you mean, what? What is that?
Mom, what are your thoughts on this Christmas spectacular?
Oh, this is spectacular.
Olivia, let me see your fingers. Oh, no. Say goodbye to the elf.
Get rid of it.
Okay. I don't know why everyone has a problem with it.
And my
Morgan Hafke, What I Did for My Summer Vacation.
blades.
Ava, where's the stabby thingy?
So I got Morgan a job here where she works with knives all day.
Oh, it's in my hand, stupid.
What have I done?
Good evening, and welcome.
Luke Melfa, Charlie Sheen.
If you could go anywhere in the world, where would you go? Now, I'm not one for specifics. Frankly, I like a sense of adventure, but if I had to give one answer, it would have to be... Are you familiar with the American actor Charlie Sheen? Now, I know what you're thinking. Of course I know Charlie Sheen. Who doesn't know hit American actor from the movie The Wall Street, Charlie Sheen? Well, mind you, Mr. Sheen just so happens to be 5'10". Now, that may not mean much to you, but it means a lot to me.
And Morgan Hafke, Dimitri the Bird.
Well, it seems like you're back for more, Dimitri. But I must remind you what happened last time you tried to spy on me. So I want to know. Is this really what you want to do, Dimitri? So be it.
And the winner is... Times I Almost Died Last Summer, Morgan Hafke.
Times I almost died over the summer.
Morgan, if you're here,
Got
you
my
can come
driver's
down to the
license
right
somehow.
from this side over
Found
here.
out I'm not very good at driving.
I was dragged on like 20 hikes with family, nearly passed out every single time. Walked under a waterfall on a dare, and almost got bitten by water snakes. I didn't see the water snakes, but my brother said that they were there. So like I was on like this like boulder walk with my family near the ocean, and my mom told me don't go on the wet rocks because they're slippery, but I didn't listen, and so I slid down on my back and almost fell into the water, but I caught myself just in time like in the movies. And here's a picture of my back after it happened. It was very traumatic. And my sharp blades.
Ava, where's the stabby thingy? So I got Morgan a job here where she works with knives all day. Oh, it's in my hand, stupid. Oh, what have I done?
Congratulations, Morgan. Upstairs in the BMB room, there is a wall of honor, where selected BMBers are inducted upon their graduation. To present our next award for Best Camera Work, it's my honor to introduce 2021 BMB Producers Award, Sean Petritis.
Thank you, Ryan. My 4 years in BMB definitely helped set me up on the road towards what I hope to do in my future. From day one in the program, once they put a camera in my hands, I was simply hooked. I loved capturing the images that brought the production to life. The camera drops are the seldom seen, but they are the backbone of what BMB does. It is an obviosity, as only Mr. Stein would say, that without good camera ops, you simply can't see anything. Luckily here at BMB, we have some of the best camera ops, and here are the nominees for the best camera ops.
Bree Boland, basketball. Anthony Chiffo, basketball.
ANTHONYCIUFFO. Damn it. Okay, let's just do it. Can we do it with the dark? Yeah.
Stephen Soul, basketball.
Where are we going? What are we now? You guys know my room? Yes.
Sammy Rooney, football.
Yeah, I think it looks like you got it.
Yeah.
Just,
Well, I have it lined up and everything.
Try a little bit more forward.
And the winner is Brianna Boland. Congrats, Bree. BMB's first regular broadcast was the BMB Morning Announcements back in the spring of 2017. Since the start, the Morning Announcements has been produced by a student. To present our award for the best news feature, please turn your attention to the video screen and help me welcome BMB's first news director, 2020 BMB graduate Casey Farr.
Thanks, guys. BMB taught me a bunch of skills that I use in order to go forward and graduate from here, and those skills are shown in some of the best packages made from this program. And with that, the nominees for Best News Package are...
And then it's distributed to the English
The Buccaneer, Emily Yucht, and Nora Eisenstein.
The journalism industry and how people receive news is changing.
Robotics, Tyler Steinberg, Shane Hansen, Ashley Felsberg, and Sid Elisetti.
Like exploring engineering and having fun building robots, being creative.
Jazz band is an ensemble.
The Jazz Band, Tyler Steinberg, Maya Stone, Gisette Cheveria, and Sid Elisetti.
We play some show tunes. We play a whole variety of tech.
Tech Week, Sammy Rooney, Shane Hansen, Peter Horacek, Fiona
Really important
Casucci,
so we can
and
start
Greg
practicing
Gallo.
those technological aspects, because we don't want to go into the show like with anything messed up, so they really want to practice.
And the winner is The Buccaneer by Emily Yuck and Nora Eisenstein. Congrats.
News, especially in the hallways of a high school, travels fast. At MEPM, the Buccaneer is spreading it faster.
The Buccaneer is the students' newspaper, so this is where the voices of all the students get to be heard throughout the year.
Ms. Castellano is the advisor for the Buccaneer. She helps students like Charlotte Meyer make the paper.
Students in the club can write and submit stories in topics ranging from world news to opinion to arts and entertainment to sports. So it's pretty much a space for MEPM students to express what they think is important.
Though it's an easy read, making the Buccaneer is not an easy process.
It is a very long, arduous process. First, the editors get together and brainstorm story ideas, feature ideas, layout, all that kind of stuff.
And everyone gets assigned their articles, and then all the writers go off and they write their articles, and we have a rough draft due date, and then once that due date is reached, editors have to edit the writers' articles.
Then we go into the layout stage, where the layout editor and some other members of the club work on actually putting the stories into the computer program. And finally, we ship it off to the printing company, who prints it out on their machines and sends it back to us.
And then it's distributed to the English classes, and everyone gets to read it.
Just like the rest of the world, the journalism industry and how people receive news is changing. Print media struggles to survive the increasing strength of digital forms, and the Buccaneer is a prime example of traditions adapting while trying to survive.
So unfortunately, print is turning into a dying form of media across the globe. It's not just MEPM High School. Newspapers across the country are reducing either the numbers of editions they print or even shutting down absolutely completely. They have the print source and the online source. And we're looking to do the same thing here with our website as well as with our print copies. We've tried to be interactive. I noticed in some of the older editions there were puzzles and things like Valentine's messages, all kinds of fun stuff. So we've experimented with some things like that. We've done polls on our website and in the actual paper. We've done puzzles. But I would say that the student interaction with the paper has kind of decreased, hence again why we're bringing in the website.
Though it struggles, those involved in the paper stress its importance and positive effects.
Buccaneer is important because this is our newspaper, and students have the ability to use this as a creative outlet where they can write what they care about for other students to read.
They could make comics, they could contribute and just kind of say their voice and their opinions in the school newspaper, and it also provides the students in MEPM with information about what's going on in their community.
So this is history in the making. Everything that we're doing here every day and everything that we're printing, years from now people are going to look at it and look back on it and see what life was like at MEPM in 2022.
From BMB, I'm Emily Yucht.
This package also won a third place award from the BASH Awards, so Emily is collecting both awards tonight.
As BMB's first few students grew into digital storytellers, they learned to create feature stories, and those features began appearing on BMB's weekly news magazine, the award-winning student-produced Midweek Update. To present this year's award for Best Human Interest Feature, please welcome 2021 BMB graduate and Producers Award winner, Louis Saracini.
At the end of 2019, I became the first student producer of BMB's news magazine Midweek Update. Midweek Update is the home of the digital stories created in our BC2, BC3, and BC4 classes. In the beginning, the packages we ran were interesting, to say the least. But in these years since the show began, the stories we report have only gotten better and better. I'm so proud of the new direction Hannah has taken the show, and I've been blown away by the quality of the stories that we see on the air, including these 4 nominees for Best Feature Story.
Madison's Recovery, Riley Freed, and Ruby
every
Maddox.
week. This is where you'll find
high school junior Madison So. For the longest time, the pool had been Madison's second home, helping her to form unbreakable bonds.
Competitively swimming started when I was like 8, 7.
It's no secret that the high from social media is
Addiction, Lily Yepes, and Hannah Broxmeyer.
so similar.
Obviously, they're two different addictions. It's not the same as being addicted to nicotine or any other drug, but it's still...
The BMCHSD has always prided itself on an inclusive community.
The Ambassadors Program, Lily Yepes and Andy Birdie.
One member of the district felt there was more that could be done, and found there were others who felt the same. This was the start of the Ambassadors Program, and it's largely down to one person, Dr. Bolletary, the BMCHSD's assistant superintendent.
So we started to bring quarterly 10 kids from each building together, and they started to...
Senior year in high school is an important one.
Senioritis, Morgan Hafke and Kylie Persampieri.
Experience. But when the last application is sent out and they make their college decisions, many seniors fall prey to the infamously infectious disease of senioritis.
I definitely have heard from some of my friends that they have friends that are failing their classes when they're getting 80s, 90s usually, but now they're failing all their classes and they don't seem to really care about it because they think, oh, I got into the college that I wanted to get into and I no longer have to try.
I'm definitely less.
And the winner is Social Media Addiction, Hannah Broxmeyer and Lily Yepes.
The sound of being a teenager has changed over the years from listening to rebellious rock, rap, and hip-hop to the constant ding, beep, and chirp of social media. Our world is starting to see that a junkie's rush for dopamine is no different than a teen's daily need for social media.
It literally feels like I'm just like going insane. Like I have nothing to do. I'm trying to find anything. Like if I read a book, but then I'm just thinking about what's going on my phone, what's going on with all my friends.
I feel like I always have to check my phone, whether it be like if I get a text message or if I'm sitting in class and I see a notification, I feel like I need to pick it up because it feels like I'm like missing something if I don't.
I think it can have a serious impact on your life, and whenever something starts to kind of like interfere with your daily functioning, that's when it's kind of considered an addiction.
Little did we think that we would be controlled by screens, let alone not be able to go through a school day without checking our phones.
There are definitely a lot of people in our generation addicted to social media. They'll be on it like 10 times every class, 10 hours a day. It's bad.
I think it could be a problem sometimes. Like I see people on their phone like all the time in school. They're really not learning that much and just, always just like glued to their phone and always distracted.
Social media has a hold on our youth that makes it feel impossible to look away from all that's going on in the world of our phones. It's no secret that the high from social media is too strong to quit. How did high schoolers and drug addicts become so similar?
Obviously, they're two different addictions. It's not the same as being addicted to nicotine or any other drug, but it's still being addicted to something close and similar. Like you still get the same effects, like you can't let go of it, you can't just throw it away and it's gonna come back. It's always there, it's always on your phone unless you, actually no, even if you delete it, your friends are gonna show you this, obviously you're gonna get, on the computers, they're everywhere. You can't get away from it.
We as society see what addictive substances, how they affect teenagers and how they affect adults. But we put age limits on, gambling, alcohol, nicotine, for a reason. When you're a teenager, your brain's still developing, so you have less impulse control, and we understand that as a society. But social media doesn't have these restrictions, and they use these things to kind of keep you addicted and trick teenagers by constantly having reminder bells or putting little notifications on your phone. So then all of a sudden you open your phone and you're back on these platforms, and they do this to manipulate you and keep you on fight for your attention.
When people are addicted to drugs, they go crazy when they don't have it, and that's exactly how I feel when I don't have my phone. And it's just you feel like you need it or you're just not happy.
For my generation who are addicts from BMB, I'm Lily Yepes.
Congratulations to both Hannah and Lily. One of the great things about being a part of BMB is that it's constantly growing and changing.
Each year, new segments are created and brought to air. This year alone, we've added close to a dozen regular and semi-regular segments.
To celebrate the best of those new segments, please welcome to the stage the newest member of the BMB team and my school counselor, Ms. Kratzer.
Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Jacob. Joining the BMB team this year has been a whirlwind of excitement for me, and I am only looking forward to being a part of the program as it takes off and reaches new heights. I'm proud to say that I made my BMB debut alongside these amazing new segments, and the nominees are
I had really good teachers in high school, so that
Teacher feature: Haley Hepworth, Victoria Caminiti, and Thomas DeSalvo.
that was my calling, and I haven't regretted it since.
Education is constantly evolving, and teachers like Ms. Bay are at the forefront of the change.
One of the things that Ms. Bay brings to this department as a new teacher is new energy, and that is something that all of us veteran teachers enjoy being around because it motivates us.
We're discussing.
What is that? Emily Yucht and Sid Elisetti.
We had one on Monday, the spark of this conversation. In lockouts, our campus becomes closed. Nobody is allowed to enter the building. Therefore, we weren't allowed to leave, even to go quickly to the parking lot, because they wouldn't let us back in afterwards. These happen when something deemed a threat happens in the area and are intended to keep students safe inside and out of the building.
Baking cookies: Ruby Mattis and James Bickham.
It didn't.
It will.
Spoiler alert.
This cookie will turn out amazing. Have some confidence.
Don't we sound clueless? Well, we're not. Jake started by reading our ingredients out, while I actually took all of them out, plus the mixing bowl.
Morgan being Morgan, Morgan Hafke.
Correct? Yes. That is exactly what I'm here for. Great, well, take a seat. Let's get this started. Alright, just to start off, we're going to break the ice a little bit. What would you consider to be your biggest strength? I am exceptional at stealing. Excuse me?
all right, and the winner is baking cookies, James Bickham and Ruby Mattis.
Let's find out.
What is that?
Hey everyone, it's me, Sid, back with your What Is That?
Sorry,
I've
that was
returned
my
from my long
mistake.
vacation,
Baking
and
cookies
you really
is
helped
the
me out
winner.
on
Let's find out. What is that? Was a very close runner-up. It was an editing error. I apologize.
I'll take it for James.
Congratulations, Ruby. One thing that sets BMB apart from other high schools' broadcasting programs is the professional look of our graphics. Our ability to create those graphics starts with our amazing BMB arts teacher, the one and only Miss Kalish. Here she is to present the next set of awards in categories of Best Title Screen and Best Overlay and Best Motion Graphic.
Thank you, Ryan, and for those kind words, and thank you, Jacob. You guys are doing an incredible job back there as you walk away. I'm so incredibly proud of those two guys. So our graphics here at BMB have definitely come a long way over the years, and I credit that to the students who are in the studio day in and day out learning as much as they can about Photoshop, as well as taking the time to research professional graphics and trying to emulate them. The first graphic we will honor tonight is the title screen or full screen graphic. Title screens are the initial titles usually shown at the beginning of a video. They are often an ignored aspect of a video, although they set the tone or mood of the video from the start, and much, much more. A good title screen has great composition, is easily readable, and is surely eye-catching. The nominees for Best Title Screen are
Charles Decker, movie poster. AJ Laverdier, movie poster. Brianna Boland, midweek update, thumbnail. Matthew Mano, inside look.
And the winner is Inside Look, Matthew Mano. He just started telling me how long it took to make it, so you guys should all know that. All right, the one graphic that all broadcasting students are familiar with is a lower third. It is one of the most important graphics used in a package in order to identify people. Over the years, the concept of a lower third has evolved. We now go above and beyond the original concept of a lower third, and students began creating overlay graphics. Graphics that can be used for a variety of things and to appear on only a portion of the screen during a video or live broadcast to display things like scoreboards, commercials, stats, in addition to the traditional lower third. With that in mind, this category celebrates any graphic of that nature, and the nominees are
I smell another goal.
Matthew Mano, BMB Sports, scoreboard.
Cross court. Almost a perfect pass to Lucas Oronsky, but he can't get to it.
I think Heller's going to score the next one.
Bree Boland, Smashburger, lower third.
He's got possession. Greco probably looking to go to the right side.
As we see Smashburger again come
Yes,
up on the screen.
more Smashburger. Delicious and nutritious. At this point in the game,
Anthony Hoffman, this week at BMB, lower third.
is their top offensive option. So,
yeah. I mean, Michael May. I think that's
David Nee, BMB, lower third.
All right, and the winner is Sports Scoreboard, Matthew Mano. For the final graphic category of the year, we would be remiss if we did not acknowledge the newest type of graphic that has been employed here in BMB, motion graphics. Motion graphics are exactly what they sound like, a graphic that is animated and moves on screen. The addition of these graphics has taken our student-produced packages to a whole new, extremely professional level, and the nominees are
Inside Look, Thomas DeSalvo, Andy Birdie, and Finnegan Corcoran.
2007 and 2018, suicide rates doubled in teen girls and increased 30% in teen boys. In the same time period, social media usage also increased.
Silver Lining, Emily Yucht.
Studies show that having friends at work is a main priority for most workers, who place friends above other aspects of work, as well as attribute having friends at work to increased productivity and morale. Experts such as Professor Nicholas Salter from Hofstra University agree.
People are social creatures. The connections we have.
The Buccaneer, Emily Yucht.
Digital forms, and the Buccaneer is a prime example of traditions adapting while trying to survive.
So unfortunately, print is turning into a dying form of media.
Inside Look, Matthew Mano and Sean McQuillan.
Or even both, targeting specifically teenagers. According to StopBullying.com, nationwide, more than 3.2 million students face bullying each.
And the winner is Silver Lining, Emily Yucht.
Value socialization. Studies show that having friends at work is a main priority for most workers, who place friends above other aspects of work, as well as attribute having friends at work to increase productivity and morale. Experts such as Professor Nicholas Salter from Hofstra University agree.
People are social creatures. The connections we have among people.
Congratulations to both Matt and Emily. In the fall of 2017, In the fall of 2017, then BMB sophomore Rocco Law approached Mr. Stein with the idea to create his own BMB show. A few weeks later, Sports Talk debuted as BMB's first ever student-produced show.
In the following years, Rocco created some of the iconic sports stories that established BMB as a leader in high school sports broadcasting, including the iconic Lori Della Croce story and the riveting There Is Still Applause. From the early days of the pandemic, both of which are still shown in BC2 classes.
To present the award for Best Sports Package, please help me welcome 2020 BMB graduate, 2020 Producers Award winner, and BMB's first ever sports director, Rocco Law.
Before I start, actually, I was going to give a little update. Mr. Stein's son is actually pitching in a jam right now. His Little League team's up 5-3. They're hoping to pull out the win, though, so we'll see if it goes on. Best of luck to him, though, right now. I spent 4 years at MEPM, covered a lot of sports, and we made a lot of groundbreaking moments. And we love sports because the thrill of victory, the agony of defeat, the venue of emotional expression, a sense of belonging, and a wider connection in the world. We also love sports because it has the unpredictable nature of a live sports event. Anything could happen. The underdog could prove its resilience, David can slay Goliath, while athletes show their will by making the best of a remarkable comeback. This is why we love sports, and that is why we love this year's nominees. Best Sports Package, because they capture the unpredictable nature of sports. And the nominees are
Shotgun flag football, Emily Upt and Tom Morrow.
Throws. Sophia Laspina with the catch, touchdown. History is made at Roslyn High School.
Out route to the end zone, touchdown, Sophia Laspina.
Earlier in the year, history was made when Sophia Laspina became the first girl on Long Island to score a touchdown, a leap forward for female athletes. Before Laspina left her mark on history, however, the new girls flag football team was already in the works.
After making history in the fall, it was pretty fun, knowing that I could play football again, but with girls instead.
Mic'd up, Lily Yepes.
Sports World! Ah! Okay, Miss Gal. Oh! We are getting spicy with it. Sometimes I wonder. I got it! Oh! Bodied!
Does that make sense? No, that doesn't make sense. Don't bobblehead me. Hello?
Hey, we're buddies, look. Sorry. One down.
Tyler Davis, Ava Scheffler, and Tom Morrow.
Most Packer fans had no clue who he was. But to the people in Bellmore-Merrick, Tyler Davis was no stranger.
I know who Tyler Davis is. I know who Tyler Davis is.
I know who Tyler Davis is.
I'm Tyler Davis, former MEPM graduate, current tight end for the Green Bay Packers.
What got me interested?
Women in sports, Sean McQuillan and Ellie Franquise.
My dad, and because he was a wrestler growing up, so I kind of followed his footsteps.
The home of the Pirates is not alone in Bellmore-Merrick when welcoming women athletes into male sports. For 3 years, Olivia Roberto starred on the Calhoun Colts softball team, but in 2018, she went from pitching underhand to throwing overhand when she took them out for the Colts baseball team.
The boys treated me extremely well.
And like now that I play softball, you could definitely see the difference in the conversations that like the girls have versus what the guys have. Like the guys are like very upfront with each other, and the girls are kind of like a little more like drama in a sense. But like it's kind of the same. I mean, teammates are teammates at that point, you know.
Another great year in sports, and the winner is Tyler Davis, Tom Morrow, and Ava Scheffler.
Through some things and manage it better than you can if you're at another.
When Tyler Davis caught this 22-yard pass from Aaron Rodgers, most Packer fans had no clue who he was. But to the people in Bellmore-Merrick, Tyler Davis was no stranger.
I know who Tyler Davis is. I know who Tyler Davis is.
I know who Tyler Davis is.
I'm Tyler Davis, former Mepham graduate, current tight end for the Green Bay Packers.
Tyler's definitely a role model and you know, someone for our student athletes, you know, within town and the community to look at as someone that they should aspire to be. He was a role model while he was here, and as a student, as an athlete, always carried himself really, really well. And obviously, you know, his hard work has led to some huge accomplishments.
Tyler was drafted at the 206th overall pick in the 6th round by the Jacksonville Jaguars, but that was only the beginning of his NFL road to success. Later, he would join the Indianapolis Colts practice squad, and recently, his new home, the Green Bay Packers. They signed him from the practice squad and have not looked back since. And Packers fans are lucky to have Mr. Tyler Davis, former Mepham Pirate.
It was awesome. It was a dream come true. Obviously, an organization like the Green Bay Packers is a special place. I knew how much history a place like this has. I grew up obviously watching them a lot because Aaron was a great player. They always had a great team. So I grew up a Giants fan, got to watch them in the playoffs a couple times. Giants beat them. I believe it was 2007 when they beat them to eventually win the Super Bowl. So obviously I knew a lot about them. So it was a dream come true when that happened, when I got that call, knowing that I'd be able to play with the players that they have. So definitely was an awesome moment for me to be able to get signed here.
With a big win over the Minnesota Vikings on Sunday Night Football, Davis, playing alongside some of the best in the NFL currently, Aaron Rodgers and Davante Adams, have clinched the 1 seed in the NFC and are NFC North Division champs.
It goes back to guys just wanting to be the best every day. You know what I mean? When you got people like Aaron Rodgers, you know what I mean, Davante Adams, you know what I mean, keep going down the list. Bakhtiari, Royce Newman. These guys just give their all every single day, and it just encourages you to go out there and give more. You know what I mean? Because you don't want to leave those guys down. So it's just the culture that this team has set, that I walked into, that is really special, that just drives you every single day to win more. You know what I mean? So it's really special to win that many games.
Right here in the backfields of Mepham High School is where Tyler started his career. From freshmen to seniors, Tyler has a huge impact on Mepham's athletic community.
Tyler Davis is a big remembrance here at Mepham, you know, from going all the way from high school to college to NFL. He's definitely a big part of our career in Mepham football, and getting to know him and how he played, it has impacted me and how hard he worked, and that pushes me to just be like him.
I feel he has paved the way for many athletes to just strive for their dreams and set goals. And I remember he told me a while back that if you have a big goal, try to break it down into small goals and hit those individual goals, and you'll be fine.
After a tough loss in the semifinals at Hofstra for Mepham football this season, Dom Novello and Michael Cuccinella have one last ride, and Tyler Davis is someone they can look up to as a role model.
I hope I set a good example for them to just chase your dreams, do whatever you dream about. I don't come from a football hotbed. I don't come from Florida, Texas, California. I just had a dream as a kid that I wanted to play at this level, and I did everything that I possibly could to try and get there.
For Tyler, he and the Cheesehead fan base at the Frozen Tundra, the playoffs didn't go as hoped it would. But everyone in Green Bay and Bellmore-Merrick will be watching Tyler next season. Remember, Tyler, once a pirate, always a pirate. For BMB, I'm Ava Scheffler.
Congratulations, Tom and Ava. It was a really nice package. I watched you guys work countless hours on that package. By the way, so we got some breaking news that we got backstage not even 10 minutes ago. Max Stein, Mr. Stein's son, won his Little League game. So let's give a big round of applause for him. By the way, that made my night. Maybe even better than maybe. No, not gonna say that. That's offensive. BMB takes the Bellmore-Merrick broadcasting program, part of our title, very seriously, and we are a proud member of the Bellmore-Merrick community.
Each year, we send our camera crews out far and wide to bring the stories of our community to life on shows like Midweek Update, Sports Talk, and Talking Cookies.
To present this year's award for Best Community News Package, please welcome to the stage 2021 BMB graduate and former Talking Cookies producer, Emily Rosenberg.
Thank you, Ryan. Community is an important word at BMB. We like to tell the stories of not just the students and teachers here at Maplin, but all around both Bellmore and Merrick. Our community is wide and diverse and filled with characters who each have an important story to tell. This year's nominees for Best Community News are
program, which is
Specialty programs, Hannah Broxmeyer and James Bickham.
has proven successful, with many students going on to that career path.
Yeah, we have people out in Hollywood doing stuff. One of our alums from many years ago is an Emmy Award-winning writer and producer. He created Mad TV for Cartoon Network.
Have among
Silver Lining, Emily Yucht, Sammy Rooney, Hannah Broxmeyer, and Anthony Chiffo.
Want to work harder. It makes them want to stay. They makes them want to leave if it's not there for them.
Though there are many advantages to working in an office, workers are putting them aside. In a study by Pew Research Center, among those who are currently working mostly or fully at home, 78% say they would like to continue. This number has only risen in the past 2 years, with workers citing lack of commute, increased productivity, immense savings, healthier habits, and more.
Coming out is
Big debates in education, Riley Freed and Haley Hepworth.
their views on a person and treat them differently. Students Maddie Finelli and Amanda O'Brien had two very different experiences in their coming out story.
My friends, mostly everyone treated me the same. I just, over time, became more open about it.
I sadly lost a really close friend, but other than that, I feel like I've grown closer with my other really good friends, and they've been super accepting. It's been super cool.
Blood Drive, Emily Yucht.
Or drive to Starbucks. Or, on November 12th, you could have saved a life. Blood drives happen nationwide, and at Mepham High School, things are fully underway.
We had 111 sign-ups to start the morning, but we've definitely been getting more and more people just coming in, walking in, saying, I want to donate, and they have been.
And the winner is Emily Yucht, Sammy Rooney, Anthony Chiffo, and Hannah Broxmeyer.
My name is Michelle Chiffo, and I'm a team manager.
My name is Brian Broxmeyer. I manage real estate.
With both Brian and Michelle working 40 to 50 hours a week, caring for their families and running a home was growing increasingly difficult.
Like, my house was always in chaos. I was running out the door to get to work on time, dropping the kids at daycare, and not being able to hear for the dogs or be able to start dinner, or just missing out on the kids' events too.
So I've missed a lot of family dinners. I missed a lot of interactions, beginning of sports games and other things like that.
Both Michelle and Brian now primarily work remotely, and with changes in their work schedules come changes at home.
There's a lot more I can do. I end up getting my children to school, picking them up, making sure they go to doctor's appointments, making sure homework's done, getting dinner prepared.
I do have more time with my family. I do have more time to spend at home. We recently got 2 dogs, and I couldn't have done that if I wasn't working from home.
While they're able to spend more time together with their families, there are things that people miss from working in the office.
Working at home, I definitely miss having that communication with people. I miss being able to just go up and talk to somebody or tap somebody on the shoulder or go to lunch with somebody. You don't have that at home.
Like Michelle, many workers value socialization. Studies show that having friends at work is a main priority for most workers, who place friends above other aspects of work, as well as attribute having friends at work to increase productivity and morale. Experts such as Professor Nicholas Salter from Hofstra University agree.
People are social creatures. The connections we have among people are special and something that people really value and makes people want to work harder. It makes them want to stay. They makes them want to leave if it's not there for them.
Though there are many advantages to working in an office, workers are putting them aside. In a study by Pew Research Center, among those who are currently working mostly or fully at home, 78% say they would like to continue. This number has only risen in the past 2 years, with workers citing lack of commute, increased productivity, immense savings, healthier habits, and more.
I used to be a workaholic and I used to work all the time. Even if I was done with my stuff, I'd still be working. And now I think in the last 2 years, with everything going on, realized that you do have a job, you do need to work, you need to put in 100%, but you also need to live. So get your work done, do what you need to do, and also spend time with your family. When I was working in office, I never realized how much I was missing out on. I always felt it like pulling at your heartstrings, trying to balance both, but now I think I really appreciate my family more. Being here, being able to be part of things and also still be a full-time working mom at the same time.
There is a necessity to work. There is a necessity to work outside the house in certain ways, but not at the sacrifice of your quality of life, because your quality of life at the end of the day ends up being what should be most important.
Reporting for BMB, I'm Emily Yucht.
Silver Lining not only is the winner of this category, but it is also a BASH Award winner for Best Community News Story. So they'll be collecting both trophies now.
Congratulations to Emily, Sammy, Anthony, and Hannah. Now, people who watch BMB know us primarily for our news coverage and our sports. However, in recent years, we've added a fair amount of short film production to our channel. This year, in fact, we posted 5 separate short film festivals, and next year, short films will become a regular part of the BMB curriculum. So excited for that. So, to present this year's award for Best Short Film, it is none other than our technical wizard extraordinaire, Mr. Russell.
Hey everybody. All right, so thank you, Jacob. Yes, really excited to be adding short films to a regular part of our coursework. In fact, we've already gotten an early start to try things out for next year, and we have a trailer and a little bit of what we've been working on. So let's roll it and give you a little bit of a taste of what's to come.
Day 0. Hello again. After 3 long days, I'm being called back.
Ah yes, Luke Melfa. I was expecting you.
Don't you know, crime never sleeps, and neither do I.
And if you guys ever need anything, you need, grade change or anything like that, I know a guy knows a guy.
They think it was me?
It was you.
Well, wait a minute. How'd they get to work?
Well, then you shouldn't have a problem getting this crook to croak.
Can't be. We gotta find Morgan.
I'm Morgan.
We should catch him. Yeah?
Showtime.
Looks like fun. to be in theaters this summer or sometime soon, we'll see. And I can't wait till next year when we get to do more movie production. But in the meantime, let's take a look at some of the great work that was done this year. Here are the nominees for Best Short Film.
Nothing.
She's New, Morgan Hafke, Kylie Persimpiri, and Joe Bongo.
Harsh. Let's go.
Before you go in, you realize this is not a typical job, right?
Of course.
If you screw up, it's gonna be a whole lot worse than getting fired.
He's not gonna not pay me a Christmas bonus, right? Because that's just cheap.
How did you get this job anyway?
It's a funny story, actually.
Hey, I can hear you two. Get in here.
Hey,
wait. What are you?
She's my partner, sir. She's new.
Your sweater.
Yeah?
I hate it.
Okay.
Love is Blind, Preston Bowman, Ryan Garcia, Samantha Schneider, Amanda Hamm, and the crew at Cougar TV. Not what I was expecting, Liam Osborne. Son of a Nutcracker, Sid Elisetti, Tyler Steinberg, Victoria Simmel, and Ashley Felsberg.
And the winner is Not What I Was Expecting, Liam Osborne. I don't think Liam is with us today, so I'll just accept it on his behalf and we'll give it to him when he comes back.
That didn't go the way I was expecting.
Congratulations, Liam, and we're sorry you're not here with us. Let's be honest, not everything on BMB is equally entertaining. Some things are informational.
I think you mean boring, Brian.
And that's one way to put it. But I prefer less entertaining than others. But that's also means that some are more entertaining, and to celebrate the most entertaining packages created this year, please help me welcome BMB teacher, Mr. Stein, once again.
Thank you, guys. So we started this tradition 3 years ago. The first time we did a BMB Awards, we had two freshmen host the BMB Awards, and these guys are absolutely doing an amazing job with hosting tonight. I think we can all see that the future is indeed very, very bright. Turning from the future to the recent past, we have been fortunate to have a series of very entertaining packages grace the small screen here at BMB. They've made us laugh, they've made us think, and some of them have just made us scratch our head and wonder why. Let's take a look at the nominees for the most entertaining packages.
It's time.
Wear It the Right Way, Mask PSA, Luke Melfa.
Specifically, anything we think adults think teens would listen to?
I do actually have an idea. I do.
What are you gonna get on?
So I'm thinking that we make like a rap or something and like perform it. I don't know, just something.
I mean, like, I guess I just can't really see teens think-
Just trust me, okay? It'll go like this.
I love it when you wear your mask proper. Throw your hands in the air if you're a team player.
Well, I checked with our business office and we purchased a little bit over 10,000.
The barriers come down. Ellie Frankies, Sean McQuillan, and Andy Birdie.
He said $300,000. 5 zeros. After we learned about this information, I thought it would be best to go out and ask the students and faculty how much they thought the total price was and how many were ordered. This gets funny.
I'd probably say they costed $1,500. I'd say about $5,000.
$25,000.
I think all the barriers probably costed $1,000.
Good question. I would say maybe like 4,500.
I'm gonna say 7,600. Final guess? 8,400.
Quarantainment, Luke Melfa, and Alyssa Romandetto.
Hello, pleasure seeing you here. COVID's still a thing, unfortunately. And with that being said, so is getting quarantined. And I know that for most of you, when you get quarantined, you're probably sitting at home thinking, well, what am I going to do with myself? I gotta just sit here for 10 days. And I think that's the big question. What do you do when there's nothing to do?
In order to better understand our generation, we took to Discord, a multi-platform communication service that allows you to communicate with people of similar interests all over the world. Gosh, we're so in tune with society. The first person we got to speak to was Anthony Scarola-Villani, a current Mepham High School senior who is at home due to some unforeseen and unfortunate circumstances.
My father.
One Shining Moment, Luke Melfa, Tom Morrow, and Liam Osborne.
And Bowers sends it back to Godwin. Pearl puts it over on the second base. Godwin with the throw into quick serve. Received cleanly by Leo. And last point. Hold it. Leo puts it over. This is for the game. Leo. Cercini. His game's not over. McQuillan for the game. Still alive. Leo. Steve McQuillan. Toby O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan puts it over. And the Godspot wins it.
Before I open the envelope and announce the winner, I think you should know that was actually Luke Melfa singing our version of One Shining Moment, which will now become a staple of all BMB volleyball productions. And the winner is Mask PSA, Luke Melfa.
All right, it's time. Specifically, anything we think adults think teens would listen to?
I do actually have an idea. I do.
What are you gonna get on?
So I'm thinking that we make like a rap or something and like perform it. I don't know, just something.
I mean, like, I guess I just can't really see teens think-
Just trust me, okay? It'll go like this.
I love it when you wear your mask proper. Throw your hands in the air if you're a team player. I love it when you wear your mask proper. And that's it. That's all I got.
No. Any other ideas?
So maybe the rap wasn't very good, but what about a superhero?
Like a mascot?
Like a superhero. Hey, mask above the nose.
Who are you?
I'm Meppa Maskman. I'm the protector of students, cover of noses, and you know what? This is stupid. This isn't gonna work. Take this. Good luck.
So like, how is that gonna encourage kids to keep their masks up?
Well, cause like they're a superhero, and that's like pretty popular. Like when Iron Man and Batman fought in like Avengers: Dawn of Superman's, pretty popular. Just saying.
Anybody else have an idea?
Yeah, I have a,
No. So what about instead of that? You guys know TikTok?
When the mask below your nose.
So, no one's gonna do a dance during class, let alone in the crowded hallways. So let's please just get it together. Anybody else have any ideas?
I do actually have one. What about a celebrity? Hi, I'm Michael B. Phillips, janitor of the U.S. Open, here to tell you to wear your mask above your nose.
Who even is that?
I'm surprised you don't know them. I mean, they're quite popular around here, so.
I can guarantee that they're not. You said that you have something?
yeah, so it's essentially just...
No. I'm thinking instead, what if we just tell them they're gonna die?
If only you had worn your mask.
Stop, just stop. This should not be this hard. This is ridiculous. Let's just write a tagline or something. Anybody?
What about pick it up? It's simple, so people should remember it easily.
Perfect. All right. So you make a graphic and email it to me tonight. We're done here. Good meeting, everyone. Good work.
I happen to have one more idea.
No.
Congratulations, Luke. That was a vibe.
Congratulations. For over 100 episodes, AJ Freed and Michelle Spiller shared the anchor desk at BMB. They brought us the news from the studio and from their homes during the darkest days of the pandemic. They were constant in an ever-changing world, and as long as the news did not include the world MacArthur we knew, everything would turn out okay. To present the award for the best anchor team, please help me welcome one half of BMB's power couple to the stage, 2021 BMB graduate, Michelle Spiller.
Thank you, Jacob. And like Mr. Stein said, I can see with you freshmen, you and Ryan, that the future is indeed bright. Just a word of advice, always sit on the chair on the left and never let your partner write the scripts. Anchoring at B&B can be stressful, but it can also be a lot of fun, especially if you have a partner that is both fun and trustworthy. B&B is lucky to have such a beginning team of anchors that are very talented, and to choose from in the 2021-2022 is no exception. The nominees for the Best Anchor Team Award are
Ho ho hello, my
Emily Yucht and Sean McQuillan. Film Festival.
favorite seasonal production, Film Festival.
Yes, in this holiday season, nothing is more festive than a festival.
Well, yeah, someone's excited to be on camera instead of being behind the scenes for once. Emily produces the morning announcements, and to be honest, what don't you produce at this point?
This show. Hi, Eva.
Hey, Emily. Thanks so much for filling in for Haley.
Much appreciated.
Hey, Meppa.
Sammy Rooney and Giseth Chavarria. Midweek
Foreign
Update.
Language Week and Women's History Month.
And a huge accomplishment for one of our very own B&B members' relatives. This and more as we check out what's going on this week on Midweek Update. I'm Sammy Rooney.
And I'm Giseth Chavarria, and welcome back to the Midweek Update. the B&B show that brings you closer to the people and places in and around the Mepham community.
Back to Lily Yepes and Tom Morrow, Sports Talk.
56, which was a crazy one for sure, with the Rams taking home the Lombardi Trophy at SoFi Stadium, and for the MLB, they have a delayed start of the season, canceling the first 2 series of the year.
We're more than halfway through the year with 2 sports seasons down and only 1 more left, where I'll be on the softball field defending the Long Island Championship, and Tom, we'll see you on the baseball field for your last season as a Mepham Pirate.
You don't need
Ava Scheffler and Haley Hepworth, the morning announcements.
times to the office to support your class and sabotage the freshmen.
Ava, be nice.
I'm looking forward to that event already. And I'm looking forward to donating to the community cupboard. Every year, the community cupboard puts together holiday baskets that contain everything necessary for a traditional Thanksgiving feast. This year, Mepham will be contributing mashed potatoes, yams, and marshmallows. These items will be supporting families in the Bellmore-Merrick community, and you can donate them in the large green collection bin labeled Holiday Collection in the main lobby on Monday.
You know, Ava, I actually just donated mine. But make sure the items are new. Marshmallows from 1984.
And the winners are Ava Scheffler and Haley Hepworth.
I'm Haley Hepworth, and I'm wearing red and blue for the Troops Friday.
I'm Eva Scheffler, and I only had white, so.
These are the BMB morning announcements for Friday, November 12th.
Good morning, Mepham. Today is day 3. Please rise for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Hey, Mepham, just wanted to let you know that you are all the lights of my life. The lights of my night, however, happened last week at the newly annual Light the Night Walkathon, held in the Mepham track. The event was held to benefit the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, and donations can still be made in Ms. Parla-Greco's room.
Mrs. Parla-Greco's name roughly translates to speak the Greek in French, but we're not speaking the Greek. We're speaking the French because it's National French Honor Week.
Oui, oui.
Organized by the American Association of Teachers of French, National French Week is an annual celebration of Francophone culture and the French language. This week, the second-floor hallways are decked out in flags and posters, and every morning on the morning announcements, there were fun facts about French history. French students also competed in the National Francophone Trivia Contest, and the winner could earn a $200 prize. But the fun does not end there. There will be an Eiffel Tower Engineering Elite event in December, so make sure you sign up.
You don't need to sign up for Penny Wars, though, which starts next week. Bring pennies, nickels, quarters, and dimes to the office to support your class and sabotage the freshmen.
Ava, be nice.
I'm looking forward to that event already. And I'm looking forward to donating to the community cupboard. Every year, the community cupboard puts together holiday baskets that contain everything necessary for a traditional Thanksgiving feast. This year, Mepham will be contributing mashed potatoes, yams, and marshmallows. These items will be supporting families in the Bellmore-Merrick community, and you can donate them in the large green collection bin labeled Holiday Collection in the main lobby on Monday.
You know, Ava, I actually just donated mine. But make sure the items are new. Marshmallows from 1984 are all the wrong types of squishy.
Now I also know that the holidays are right around the corner. To start off the season, the SAD Club will be creating pumpkin grams for you to give to someone that would really like to thank them for any reason. Each pumpkin is unique, beautiful, and handcrafted by members of the SAD Club and comes with a heart-shaped tag for you to write a personal message. They will be sold during lunch periods beginning on Monday.
Also sold were tickets to the Fall Festival, but that's over now. Held on Wednesday, the event was a great success.
I am so happy that everyone stayed to the end because, you know, when you host an event that is basically kids playing games, I didn't know if everyone's going to stay, and we still have 15 minutes left, and it doesn't look like anyone's going home, so.
It was great to see the Mepham community get together for what will hopefully become a long-standing tradition.
Also a tradition for Mepham, specifically seniors, is the Flag Field of Honor. The event was held last Sunday and was also a great success.
It was very good. It was a nice day. It was really nice out, and it was fun to work with all my classmates on this. I've seen the grades before us do it, and it's just always been something that looking forward to do.
A great event as always. Funds were raised to support veterans and thank them for their service to the nation. Now for this week's quote, "Knowing is not enough. We must apply."
These have been the BMB morning announcements for Friday, November 12th. Have a great day, Mepham.
See you at the game.
And stay for halftime because you might see your 2 favorite news anchors.
Just kicking up a storm.
Yeah, of course.
Ava and Haley also were BASH Award winners for Best Anchors on Long Island, and they collected those trophies as well.
Congratulations. While some of our on-air talent works best as part of a team, for others, there's just too much personality for them to share the space with another person. To present the award for Best On-Air Personality, please welcome 2021 BMB graduate Michael Galfano.
There's a lot of people here. Okay. Thank you, Ryan. BMB has certainly blessed with some personalities in the past few years, from our original star Mike the Storm Daniels to Talking Cookies creator Adam Barbera, and some, you might even say, some of the presenters here tonight. Luckily for all of them, I've always stayed behind the scenes, or this award probably would have been named after me, let's be honest here. There has been many personalities on our screen, here or who are not here today, but this year was definitely no exception. The nominees for the Best On-Air Personality are...
Hey everyone.
Sid Elisetti, what is that?
Sid Elisetti, and I'm so fabulous, I deserve an award. Speaking of awards, we got lots of celebratory ceremonies coming up soon, and to be honest, it's pretty confusing. Let me run you through them. First, we got the M Awards for all our MEPM athletes. This is just for the varsity athletes, no matter the sport or the season, which I might be a part of because of my tennis season.
I'm Matt Mano, back.
Matt Mano, the Mano Minute.
Some of you may not know, but I'm kind of a uniform nerd. I noticed how Mac Jones wore the wrong uniform versus Buffalo before it got trending, and how Miles Bryant has been doing that for way too long. We couldn't find a pick. When the LA Rams completed their rebrand by releasing these new uniforms in April of 2020, the internet lost it, and not in a good way.
Thanks for
Charles Decker, the weekend forecast.
that this weekend's weather is certified boring. This absolute bore fest commences with today's mind-numbingly lame temperatures. 46 degrees and 64 degrees are agreed upon by the scientific community as the least phenomenal temperatures. In addition to that, the old man is snoring, and you know how uneventful that can be.
Salutations.
Ruby Mattis, Talking Cookies.
Of Talking Cookies. Today, we'll be talking cookies with Camelin Blake, a member of the MEPM band who will be performing at one of the upcoming winter concerts. We will also be chatting with the Manos, who have baked this month's batch of cookies. Hopefully, not too many arguments broke out between them. Whenever I'm baking, the closest my brother comes to being helpful is eating a piece of cookie dough or pestering me about when the brownie will be ready. So, enough about him. Let's dig into this month's Talking Cookies.
And the winner is... This does not want to come out. Sid Elisetti.
Let's find out.
What is that?
Hey everyone, it's me Sid with another episode of What Is That? And I'm about to cover the biggest battle for centuries to come. Yes, you heard it right, the biggest battle that kids will learn about in textbooks in thousands of years. And that is the Battle of the Classes. And no, it's nothing like the Grand Olympics. Ms. Dennis would kill you if you said that. There are many events that take place for Battle of Classes, such as human tic-tac-toe, three-legged race, chicken relay, beach ball relay, over-under, team dance, pirate relay, bubblegum bubble, and just so much more. Overall, it's just a fun experience for the whole school. If you want to participate, you have to buy a shirt for $15 at the guidance office or your class advisor's room. After buying a shirt, you can sign up for different events during your class's meeting. If you have any further questions, you can ask your grades club advisor. Anyways, that's it from me. You'll definitely see me participating, and now you know. Now back to you guys in the studio.
Congratulations, Sid. You're always my Sid Earth.
Congratulations. Now you can see with all the work produced here at BMB, there's a lot of equipment that constantly needs to be set up and broken down.
And to get our shows on the air each week, there is a tremendous amount of behind-the-scenes production work. that gets done by a literal army of BMBers.
It's true. To celebrate the essential contributions that all too often go unseen, please welcome back BMB Studio Manager, Mr. Russell.
Thank you, guys. They're doing a great job, right? All right. Jacob Sarduy really wants Ryan Marr to put his sunglasses on. I've been backstage with him twice, so we'll see if it happens. All right. So in the film world, the gaffer is the head of the electricians. To non-film buffs, the gaffer is more a universal term for a member of a film crew who does a job that no one is quite really sure of. Here at BMB, we begin teaching the students the setup of all the equipment as freshmen, and over the years, a select few developed like the sixth sense on like what all the equipment does on the shoots. So, once that person kind of figures out how they connect and work together, the students are like the constant presence on the field, always willing to pitch in whenever they are needed. And we like to recognize these students with our Gaffer Award. The nominees are
Carry on.
Ryan Marr,
You're off to go get the cinema bag.
Sorry,
Maya Stone,
What is it?
So it's in the line where I explain a NAT package.
A NAT package tells a story.
And there we go. That is
Thomas
not
DeSalvo,
Well, it's not first I still need the bag.
Thomas, can you plug this guy into one of the...
Yes.
Thank you.
Which one?
Doesn't matter.
Anyone?
Andy Birdie,
Yeah.
And the winner is Thomas DeSalvo.
See where it goes?
Yeah.
Right?
What if you... Why? Go away. This is my job, Thomas.
What are you doing?
Behind the scenes footage.
Where's our cinema bag?
Congratulations, Thomas. Just want to let everyone know this is a statement. I'm very disappointed, but congratulations. Trying to hide my crying eyes.
It's okay, Ryan. Congratulations, Thomas. For as great as our camera ops and our talent is here at BMB, often the story comes alive in the editing room, and no one was better at making stories come to life than 2020 BMB graduate Sean Petritis. So to present the award for Best Editing, please welcome back to the stage, Sean Petritis. Okay.
Thanks, Jacob. When I first joined BMB, I thought I wanted to be a camera op. And don't get me wrong, I still love operating a camera. But the real fun happens in the editing room, when a good editor can change the entire feel of a piece with a well-placed cut or a choice made with a soundtrack. Magic really does happen in the editing room, and this year, BMB has some true magicians in the editing room. Here are the nominees for Best Editing.
Teacher Feature, Thomas DeSalvo,
Teacher has been awarded the best teacher in the county by NYSADA.
I am the 2021 NYSADA Nassau County Teacher of the Year. I was nominated for this award, and I was chosen for this award through NYSADA, which is through the New York State Art Teachers Association.
The sound of
Hannah Broxmeyer and Lily Yepes, Addiction,
rap and hip hop to the constant ding, beep, and chirp of social media. Our world is starting to see that a junkie's rush for dopamine is no different than a teen's daily need for social media.
It literally feels like I'm just like going insane. Like I have nothing to do. I'm trying to find anything. Like if I read a book, but then I'm just thinking about what's going on my phone, what's going on with all my friends.
It Ain't Over, movie trailer, Luke Melfa.
You got a name?
I do.
I'm Isabel.
Johnny.
So, where are you heading off to?
Wherever I fit, I guess.
Luke Melfa, the opening of the 314 project.
Social media is the way of
Social media to me is just a way to express yourself and share things that are going on in your life with others.
And the winner is Luke Melfa.
You got a name?
I do.
I'm Isabel.
Johnny.
So, where are you heading off to?
Wherever I fit, I guess.
That's a really weird way to say geometry.
So, why did you come here?
Trying to make amends, I guess.
So, you're just running away?
You could say that, yeah.
You think this is over? Funny. I promise you it's not that easy.
That's probably not good.
Do you know Johnny?
You could say that.
Hey, there's this guy I met earlier. I think you may know him.
So you're just gonna run away? No. No. It ain't over.
It Ain't Over also won a Bash Award for Most Entertaining Package. Luke is collecting his Bash Award as well. And Anthony Chiffo, Liam Osborne, and Sammy Rooney, we have yours. We'll give them to you at the end of the show tonight.
Unlike me, Luke got a lot of awards. But one of the most exciting things in BMB does, fix myself, is our live event coverage. And by far and away, the most stressful position is that of the director in the control room, at least not outside in the freezing cold. I've gotten the opportunity to be in the control room for a few of these shoots. Yeah, it's not a good one today. This year, and it is truly exciting to present the award for Best Director. Please welcome back to the stage, 2021 BMB graduate, Louis Saracini.
From quiet on the set to the final cut, the director calls all the shots. In between, there are countless take camera 3s and camera 2 you're live, ready to replay and take the live text. The control room has a rhythm and a language all to itself, and only the best BMBers get to master running a live event. This year's nominees for Best Director are
I think it was on Tansy.
Emily Yucht, basketball.
I mean, yeah, for sure. I mean, both guys were there, being physical, but Nick Wong has been amazing so far this game. I mean, there hasn't been too much so far that's been great for Jericho, but, I mean, Nick Wong is one of those guys that, we see a lot getting involved there as we take a look at the foul. So
Yeah, I'm not sure. That might a little bit of a ticky-tack.
Sean McQuillan, lacrosse.
Priola to the right side. And a shot and a goal by Lucas Aronsky.
Aronsky comes in, you hear the coaches screaming for them to pass the ball. Pass it, pass it, pass it. He delivers. Kennedy defender can't get in there. One-on-one with the goalie. Bottom left. Easy as you like.
James Bickham, robotics.
Towards if they want to get points, they got to just climb back up there. Yeah, it's going to fall off there. They need points. They're going to, okay, so what they're trying to do is get the Mogos from the other side. Kind of a weird, this is a 1v2, and yet South...
Alyssa Romandetto, the musical.
the winner is Sean McQuillan.
Let's go. Keep it going. Come on, come on. Congratulations, Sean. Let's just make sure they get back to their seats.
That was truly heartwarming. Congratulations, Emily. Congratulations, Sean.
That is going to conclude our portion of the night. It has been an honor to be selected to host these awards.
Hopefully, this is a sign of big things to come for us. Maybe.
It is. Now for our final few awards, we'd like to turn the mic over to our teachers, Miss Kalish, Miss Kratzer, Mr. Russell, and Mr. Stein. So let's give them a big round of applause.
Sneak attack. I prefer that. I thought it was you. First of all, guys, amazing. Thank you once again to Jacob and Ryan, and congratulations to all of the winners and nominees. And to all of the kids in the program here watching in the room or watching at home, with kids like these around and you guys out there, it is absolutely, positively, the future of this program is incredibly bright. We just have a few more things to wrap up the night, so hang in with us. You guys can.
3 years ago, BMB joined the Student Television Network, a national organization of schools with broadcasting programs similar to BMB. Not as good, but you know. In addition to the annual convention and the competitions we get to compete in, STN recognizes a select group of students in the STN National Honor Society.
The Honor Society requires a student achieve a GPA of 3.5, participate in STN convention competition, and they must achieve a standard of excellence in their home program. Tonight, we are able to officially induct 12 members to the STN Honor Society. When you hear your name, please come up to the stage and receive your honor cord. Seniors Luke Melfa, Alyssa Romandetto, Emily Yucht. Juniors Haley Hepworth, Hannah Broxmeyer, James Bickham, Lily Epez, Matt Mano, Riley Freed, Ruby Mattis, Sean McQuillan, and Thomas DeSalvo.
Just before we move on, I think you've probably heard a lot of the same names. We have been very fortunate to have an amazing a group of upperclassmen these past few years that throughout the pandemic have really kept our station, our show, our network on the air, along with the graduates who you've seen in and out of the auditorium tonight. To the freshmen and sophomores in the room, you really need to, I mean, these guys have set the bar pretty high. And next year, we want to see a whole new crop of award winners and STN Honor Cord recipients. So as we say, and before we move on, game on.
Whoa. Each year, the BMB faculty recognize people who have gone above and beyond for the broadcasting program. Neither of this year's recipients are aware that they are getting this award, so without any further delay, let's take a look at our first tribute video.
Hi, I'm Andrew Freed, formerly known as BMB's AJ Freed. I'm here with my co-host, Sean Petritis. Sean, how you doing tonight?
Doing wonderful. The BMB Awards have been excellent so far.
They have indeed, and we are here now at the Matt Russell Hour. Now, Sean, you want to tell the folks a little bit about what the Matt Russell Hour is going to be?
Well, we're just here to thank Mr. Russell for all he's done for the program, because in my eyes, we wouldn't have a BMB without Mr. Russell.
I can't agree with you more. I mean, you know, when we got there as freshmen, he was the silent guy in the corner. When we were there as sophomores, he was the silent guy in the corner. It definitely took a little bit of time to, break him from that silent guy in the corner aspect. But, after the time, he really became more of a mentor too.
Definitely,
instead of a
100%.
teacher.
I remember Mr. Russell would show me and tell me about the equipment that we were getting before he'd even tell Mr. Stein the equipment. He'd teach me to use it before Mr. Stein.
It's crazy. He never even taught me how to use that.
No one's surprised by that at all. You were just a pretty boy on camera.
Thank you.
But enough about what me and you have to say about Mr. Russell. Let's see what the BMB students and faculty have to say about the wonderful Mr. Russell.
He's always very responsible with the equipment at all times.
Oh, where I put it.
Sometimes it just comes down to broadcasting being one big game.
This isn't just a game.
He always gets calls from other faculties, but the good thing is he's always there to help.
You do not know who you're talking to.
Mr. Russell has always been super helpful, especially for someone like me who was new to the broadcasting program and wasn't super familiar with all of the equipment we have.
I should have killed you when I had the chance.
Sometimes even when the internet is down, he always finds a way around it.
I'm in.
When AJ and I filmed the morning announcements, sometimes we would mess up, but Mr. Russell was always very patient with us.
Well, we're gonna keep doing it until we get it right. Action. The person getting this award really deserves it.
What a humble guy.
Yeah, but all jokes aside, Mr. Russell has really helped us in our first year of college, and he's gonna help us in the future.
I know it's hard to believe for anyone who knows BMB, but obviously I was the guy in front of the camera, but I learned a lot more behind it too from Mr. Russell, and it definitely gave me the upper hand when getting to college and, in the workforce and everything like that. It's really given me the upper hand on the other people.
100%. We're gonna be using the stuff that he's taught us forever in the field of broadcasting.
Yeah, so I think it's only right if now we send, we give a real tribute to Mr. Russell because, he deserves it. He deserves a real tribute, not a joke tribute.
He deserves it a lot.
Let's send it right now.
When you think of Bellmore-Merrick Broadcasting, a few things come to mind, but one that you can't skip over is Mr. Russell.
Mr. Russell is extremely important to the whole BMB program because he's able to fix any problem, and he knows his equipment so well that he can help with any problem that anyone has, no matter what.
Where would we be without Matt Russell? Not on the air, that is for sure.
He's the third teacher and he helps a lot of the students, and he really knows how to help people, and he's just a really great guy when it comes to that.
He's always there in the room. He really helps us with everything, and on top of that, just being there to help us with things like computers. If something goes wrong, whatever, he's just always there to help us with that.
All of the equipment, he knows exactly how to use it and how to help the students learn what they need to do and operate it correctly throughout the shoot. Whenever there's any kind of problem, he's always there to fix it and to make sure that everyone knows what they're doing.
I call him the wizard. It does not even even begin to describe his contributions, his accomplishments, his technical je ne sais quoi, s'il vous plaît, ça va faire. I don't speak French, if you can tell.
His ideas contribute to how we make ourselves better and better.
There's just been so many pieces of equipment, you know, from cameras to editing software to the TriCasters and everything here in the control room, that I never would have known how to work myself, and that has been really important to me and learning about broadcasting that he's been able to show me.
He is a presence in the room. The kids know him, the kids love him.
He just knows, like, you have a problem, he walks over, just him walking over, and the problem magically disappears.
He's helped me learn the slang, the TriCaster, cameras, editing. He can help me with anything I need.
Watching him work through like the problem-solving process helped me learn how to do that.
He always knows exactly what to do, so, you know, usually if I need to learn how to do any of those things, you know, I usually just go straight to Mr. Russell, and he usually is able to solve it in like 30 seconds.
Thank you, Mr. Russell.
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 Once again, from me and BMB, thank you, Mr. Russell. The program wouldn't be where it is without you.
I'll cheers to that. A toast to Matt Russell. Thank you for joining us.
You should all know that the teleprompter right now says the amazing thing about Mike Harrington. And just backstage a moment ago, Ms. Kalish and I said to Mr. Russell, Mike just texted he's not going to be able to make it here tonight. 6 years ago, when I got the call to join or to help launch the Bellmore-Merrick broadcasting program, the first day I walked into room 204, and I inherited, if you will, a green screen and a whole bunch of cameras and a TriCaster and this amazing man who was at the desk in the corner. And more important than every piece of equipment to the success of this program has been the contributions and the work and the effort of Matt Russell every single day for 6 years. So this truly was a surprise. He did not know we were going to do this for him today. Mr. Russell, Matt, you have earned this. You have been a partner to me and Ms. Kalish and Ms. Kratzer. You have built this program from the ground up, and there is no person more deserving for a BMB Producers Award than you, sir. Thank you.
Well, I don't really know what to say. As AJ and Sean said, I'm a man of few words, so I usually have to write things down and think about them like 10 times before I actually say them. But yeah, I've always looked for somewhere that wasn't really work. I want to come to a place that just feels like just all of my hobbies combined, work with amazing people, and the students kind of came after that. I found a place that I loved, and then working with students was just the piece that I was missing, to really watch students like pick up what you're kind of showing them, and then they create their own version of what you showed them, and it's like a truly amazing experience. And I'm just fortunate that I get to work with you know, the three people behind me. I like to be the quiet one in the corner thinking and analyzing, while Mr. Stein gets to be in the front of the room creating the, you know, the diversion while I sit there and think. So I think we're a great team. And then Mr. Stein says all the time that Lisa makes sure that him and I are being good people, because we're not without her. So we're you know, a great team, and Jackton's able to come in and check on us once in a while, make sure that the room is actually intact still, because this is our room right here, and you want to make sure that this, you know, this gets back to where it was. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, all the students that made this possible. I appreciate it, and I really don't think like I don't feel like I'm coming to work every day. I really just do it because I love it, and I know I'm quiet in the corner, but I'm always looking out for each one of you and want the best for all of you, so thank you.
All right. So our student recipient this year will come as no surprise to anyone who has paid attention to the things that have been on this year. The Producers Award is our version of the Lifetime Achievement Award. It is given for dedication and excellence, taking into consideration the growth that happens each year in the program. This year's recipient has earned the respect of her classmates and her teachers in and around the broadcasting program. Let's take a look to see what some of them had to say.
Emily Yucht. I remember Emily as a sophomore just wanting to add egg jokes to the morning announcements for absolutely no reason.
I met Emily Yucht when she was just a little freshman in broadcasting, and to be honest, I wasn't even part of broadcasting yet. I came to a shoot to kind of get a feel for how the program was set up. She was in the back of the auditorium, anxious and excited to work a camera, and she had nowhere to put her cell phone, and her mom had dropped off money for her. Somehow we started a conversation, and it's basically been friendship ever since.
Her ability to be very, for Emily Yuck to be very on point, work hard, but also make everyone around her laugh. She's very productive, but at the same time she has a way of making everything feel lighthearted and fun.
This gave me opportunities and chances to do something with my broadcasting career.
A lot of things for the announcements that really helped the announcements and made my job easier as editor this year. She worked actively with me. Last year, the editors had never worked actively with the producer before, and she worked actively with me and made my job a lot easier, and also showed me how I want to produce.
What Emily has done for me is, I can't even really describe it. She put me into a position that I thought I would never be able to have in this program with as much talent as there's just been so much talent that's come through in this program that I never thought I would have such a special spot working with Emily every week, every day.
There was no doubt that she was going to be the news director. She was going to continue the traditions and take the news, the BMB morning announcements to that next step. I never expected it to take the leap that it did.
She rose from her freshman year of knowing very little to being basically the news director and the producer and the key player in her senior year.
Her ability to manage other students. She was always worked hard, and she struck me as someone who was into the program and the idea of journalism. So I think that came naturally, but something that surprised me was her ability to take other students under her wing and manage them in a way that, she's not bossing them, but she's kind of inspiring them to get things done. So that kind of surprised me, was an ability that she kind of developed over the years in the program that she didn't have in the beginning.
Emily, the time has come, and I would like to congratulate you and thank you for all of your hard work you've done for the program and me personally in helping me within my knowledge of broadcast journalism. And I would like to be the one to congratulate you on a prestigious honor of being inducted into the BMB Hall of Fame. Good luck at American University.
Days of old lang syne, my friend, for days of old lang syne.
Okay, well, first of all, congratulations, Emily. It's well deserved. And I said a lot in the video about the fact that I feel like we have a friendship more so than a student-teacher relationship, which kind of came from the fact that I didn't start as your teacher. I just want to say for the record, I'm not ready for you to graduate. So if you could just stay around for a little bit longer, that would be great. I feel like every time we come into the BMB studio at the end of the day, prepared to shoot something, there's always a little bit butterflies in my stomach. Are we ready? Has the script been done? Are the graphics in? All of these things, and then I think to myself, I don't need to worry because Emily took care of it. Emily was on top of everything all year long. She carried the morning announcements, and over time, she took on many more responsibilities than just the morning announcements. She was there whenever we needed her. If we had a question and we weren't sure, she always had the answer. And aside from your friendship, I'm going to miss that in the BMB room as well. Thank you so much for everything you did this year, and you better come back and visit.
All right, so right before we started, Mr. Stein was like, all right, you got to go up and you got to talk for a little bit. It's not going to be on the teleprompter. So as I said before, internally, I panicked for a second. I wrote it down on my phone to make sure that I said what I wanted to say. But Emily, you're already aware of how much you do for this program. So I just want to let you know that you inspire me. You went through high school during a pandemic, and you did not let that stop you from becoming a confident leader. And I can only hope that myself in 9th, 10th grade would have came out of high school the same way, and I'm not sure I would have. But I just want to let you know that that's very inspiring to me. And you did it with a smile on your face. And this won't be the last time that you're going to have to test that confidence. But you know, if you continue to face challenges the way that you did here at MEPM, then you're going to be all right. I just want you to continue to be the leader that you showed that you could be here with us at BMB. Thank you.
Someone like Emily does not end up on camera very often. You don't see her. She's behind the scenes. She's busy writing, and she's busy producing, and she's busy directing. But the times that, and what you don't see when you're watching BMB is the work of people like Emily. You don't see her in the control room. You don't see her on the studio floor. You don't see her with the walkie-talkie running the show. The day we came back from Bash, Emily stood up and said, okay, we've got an announcements to do in 2 hours. Let's do this, this, and this. And her peers picked up the gauntlet and began working, not because of anything we said, but because of what Emily did, because they viewed her as a leader. They view her as someone that they respect. When basketball season started this year, Emily approached us and said, you know, I'd really like to direct, but I know nothing about basketball. And we said, okay, that's not a problem, because you are a leader, and that's half of what directing is about. People will listen to you, and they'll follow your commands, and we can teach you basketball. And lo and behold, a month ago, we finished second in the nation for best live sports broadcast for one of Emily's basketball games. That's the character, and that's the dedication someone who doesn't know basketball but knows how to lead can accomplish. And when Emily finally does get in front of the camera, I'm not sure how many of you got a chance to see our special Thursday morning announcements today, but one of the singular great performances that we've had in the 6 years of this program was Emily speaking from the heart about the situation that happened the other day in Texas. That doesn't come from somebody who just shows up and reads in front of the teleprompter. That doesn't come from somebody who just writes a few scripts or does a little editing. That comes from somebody who invests every single part of them into this program, and we have been so fortunate over the years to have people like Emily, and now to have had Emily as a member of this program. Not only are the 4 of us on this stage better for it, the 80 kids in this room are better for having worked with her, and so are the people that graduated over the past couple years, because she inspires people to do better. So, Emily Yucht, it is my honor to say that from now on the wall in the BMB room, we'll see I Get My News from Emily Yucht. Emily, we have your Producer's Award trophy that we'll give to you in a few moments. Before we say goodnight for the evening, I just want to say a couple very big thank yous. You've seen them in and around the auditorium all night long, but this night does not happen without our alumni. We are so blessed to have some of the members of our BMB first 2 cohorts, the class of 20 and class of 21, who've been all over the place. You've seen them on stage. You haven't seen them in the control room, where we reached out to them a few hours ago and said, listen, I think we bit off more than we could chew. Or really, I bit off more than I can chew. Can you guys come in and give us a hand? And they all showed up. They were, absolutely, I'll be there. And they've been running the TriCaster, running the cameras, running the teleprompter, running this night for us. So I want to thank you a big thank you to our BMB alumni, Michelle, Sean, Louie, Mike, Emily, Rocco. To our seniors in the room and our seniors watching at home, next week is not goodbye. That you have been with us for 4 years, This place is always your home, and the studio upstairs will always be that home as well. We want you to send us videos of what you're doing in college. We want you to be our correspondents around the country. When you're home on break, we want you to come back in and tell the freshmen and sophomores and juniors in this room of all the amazing things that you've done. Because for 4 years, through the most difficult of circumstances, we've worked with you in a very simple model. I do, we do, you do. And you've picked it up time and time and time again. I can't thank you enough. We can't thank you enough to the seniors. You battled through the most adverse of adversity over the past 4 years. When you think about the things that have happened in our world, in your lives, in this program, we are not where we are without the individual contributions of the entire senior class. They fought, they battled, they struggled. They each had their own individual issues to deal with. And yet, day after day, time after time, they came into school ready to work. And so to the senior class, the graduating BMB class of 2022, we say thank you. We say thank you, and we say come on back when you guys are home, because this is your home. And last but not least, to the freshmen, sophomores, and juniors, and the handful of 8th graders that happen to be in the room with us. You heard the names Emily Yucht and Luke Melfa and Tom Morrow and Ava Scheffler and Alyssa Romandetto and Morgan Hafke and a handful of other seniors, Kylie Persimpiri and Joe Bongo. Well, they're not going to be here next year. You are. There's a whole lot of bling on that table that's opened itself up, and we expect you from day one, before day one, when we have our boot camp over the summer, we expect you working hard to get your name on one of these trophies, to get one of these nominations, because tonight is not about who goes home with the hardware. Tonight is about what all of us have done together over the last 4 or 5 or 6 years, which is build this program into a nationally recognized broadcasting program here at tiny Mepham High School in Bellmore, New York. There are people around the country that watch what you do and they say, wow, those kids have figured something out. I want to be like them. Well, I want all of you in the room, we want all of you in the room to want to be like the people that are going to be leaving this room and leaving this school in a few days, because we've got lots of spots to fill and we've got lots of people to fill them. Thank you all so much for coming out tonight. You guys can hit end stream upstairs. Thank you very much. We will see you all soon. Real quick, one thing, BMB guys, next year starts now. We really, really, really need your help bringing all this equipment back upstairs, because there's just like the 4 of us, and you know, Max won a baseball game. I got to go celebrate. 8 strikeouts. 8 strikeouts. 4 innings.